I want each of you to imagine that the person that you love the most in your life is lying in a hospital bed next to you. In a hospital room with a fatal disease, and you don't know when they will take their last breath. Now I want you to imagine that a transplant could save their life. Each day that goes by is another day that you're waiting for some kind of hope when the phone finally rings. It's your loved one's doctor. Finally, you think to yourself, you've been waiting for this moment for months. Instead, he apologizes and explains that there are simply not enough organs to reach your loved one's number on that list that they so graciously placed you on the bottom of. It's time to say your goodbyes. I've been an organ donor since I was old enough to put that little red heart on my driver's license. A person very close to me passed away in 2004 while waiting for a liver that he never got. Today I'm going to attempt to persuade you to possibly become someone's saving grace and put your name on the donor registry list. First, I'm going to inform you of how great the need is for organ donors. Then I'm going to go over a few myths about donating your organs. And then I'm going to tell you about a real-life family that has suffered from a tragic accident who made a selfless choice to donate their child's organs. First off, I want to tell you just how great the need is for organ donors and how easy it is to become one. Do any of you know just how many people are on the donor waiting list today? 106,000. Out of those 106,000, 58 transplants are done, while 21 people die. Transplants.org says one donor can save 8 different lives and change the way 50 more are living. MayoClinic.org lists multiple ways for you to become a donor. Register with your state. The lists are located at organdonor.gov for most states. Organdonor.gov also has a donor card that you can print and sign and simply carry it around with you. If anything were to happen, you would know exactly, or they would know that you would like to be an organ donor. Next time you renew your driver's license, the clerk will ask you if you'd like to donate. Say yes. Now that you know how many people are on the waiting list and just how easy it is for you to add your name to the donor registry, I'm going to debunk some of those myths that some of you might have heard. A lot of people don't take the time to see what exactly goes into donating your organs. And why would they? It's not something that's on everybody's agenda. But not knowing the facts can leave you believing the myths. According to transweb.org, there are countless misconceptions about organ donation. If you're in an accident and the doctors find out you're an organ donor, they're not going to try and save your life. Well, that's not true. A doctor will try to save your life to the best of his abilities, whether you're an organ donor or not. No one life is more important than the other. Your religion doesn't approve of organ donation. Each and every organized religion supports organ donation. It's looked upon as a selfless act of giving after you're gone. You don't want your family to have to pay for anything involving organ donation. But your medical care stops the moment that you take your last, the responsibility to pay for your medical care stops the minute you take your last breath. Your family will not be responsible, and neither will your estate. Everything is covered in organ donation. If you don't think that you're the right age, there's no age limit. Anyone from a newborn up until the age of 100 can be an organ donor. Say you want to donate your heart, or you do not feel comfortable donating your heart, but you're fine with donating your lungs. That's fine too. The doctor will only take your lungs and use them for somebody else. They're not going to do anything that you don't. They're not going to take anything that you don't want taken. They'll honor your wishes. Hopefully I was able to clear up a few things about organ donation. At this point, I want to tell you a bit about a family that made a selfish choice to donate their son's organs after his death. In the wake of a tragedy, there is a feeling of overwhelming sadness. Being able to overcome that sadness to prevent another person from feeling the same thing is extraordinary. Stories from hundreds of families affected by organ donation can be found at colbyfoundation.org. Colby was a 14-month-old baby boy that was left alone in a bathtub while he was being babysat. He slipped and fell, slipped underwater, and didn't make it. His parents had a choice, and it took them 14 minutes after their doctor asked them if they wanted to donate Colby's organs, and they chose yes. That decision saved 3 lives. It could have been your 5-month-old baby boy that received Colby's heart, or your 2-year-old niece whose liver was failing, or your neighbor's 27-year-old son who received his kidneys. Colby's parents chose to save each of those people in a time of sorrow to make sure that nobody else ever felt that pain that they felt that day. Today I've informed you about how great the need is for organ donors. Hopefully I've cleared up a little confusion, and I've told you a story about a family that was directly affected by organ donation. Donating your organs after they're no longer useful to you can keep a child with their mother for another day, or a man with his wife. It can also keep a part of you here for anyone that isn't quite ready to let you go. Making the choice is easy, and I hope that after today, at least one of you add that little red heart to your driver's license, because you don't know whose life you could be saving next, or who will be saving yours.